Hey everyone, thank you for joining me. This is Zach Attack Reviews, and I'm Zach, and I'm excited to talk to you guys about Top Gun Maverick. On a side note, I've never seen the original Top Gun. This is going in blind, not knowing anything about these characters, the history, or any of the callbacks, but I gotta say that they did a great job telling a self-contained story where it was easy for me to follow and I didn't feel lost. And obviously you could tell there's references to past events, but they do a good enough job coloring it in the movie itself without bogging you down with it for you to fill in the blanks yourself. Today I'm going to be breaking down the good, I'm bringing about the bad of the new Tom Cruise flick. Right before I do that and I explain a little bit what the movie's about, remember to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell if you like reviews, reactions, and ranking lists. Let's talk about what the movie's about. So after over 30 years of service to the Navy's aviator system and dodging higher rankings because they will take him away from being the test pilot that he deserves to be, where he belongs, Pete Maverick Mitchell is called upon to help new cadets, experienced but newer cadets, to train for a very dangerous mission, and he is confronted by his past and his fears and his insecurities while doing so. I wouldn't say I'm a Tom Cruise fan, but I've seen a couple of his movies and I've always thought he was always charming and charismatic, but not have super amount of range as an actor. But in this film, I thought he did a great job of showing a lot of emotion, a lot of range. He did a great job of showing a military man who doesn't want to be thrown away, doesn't want to be called a relic and be replaced by robots, and he's aging, but he's not able to let go. That was kind of the theme and the arc for Tom Cruise's Maverick in this movie, and I think Tom Cruise did a stellar job portraying all those emotions and all that stuff in his performance. He didn't really have to say much, it's all in the eyes. He did a phenomenal job in this movie in terms of the acting side, but you always know Tom Cruise does an amazing job on the action side. You know, he likes to do his own stunts, and he just looked like he was having a lot of fun in this movie. And Jennifer Connelly, who was one of his love interests in the first movie, comes back here and she does a great job of being the heart of the movie and being this romantic flame with him, and she just was very charismatic as well. And the little parts that she did show a lot of great emotional weight to each moment that Maverick and Penny had. Other people who stood out in the cast was Miles Teller. I'm a fan of him in everything I've seen. He does a great job here playing this character that has some resentment towards Maverick because of something that happened in the first movie with his father, a main character from one of the first movie. They kind of retread that a little bit to let you know the history between them and some of the backstory of why he doesn't talk to Maverick anymore, and that he doesn't feel ready for this mission. And I think Miles Teller played a very charismatic, fun, but serious and very caring person. He was this serious person towards Maverick, but I think he showed like a very caring side. And then there was other standouts like Danny Ramirez, Jay Ellis, and others who were in the supporting cast, the younger crew that the Maverick has to train for this dangerous mission that they're going to go on. I think they all was very fun and delightful people to have in this cast. And this movie was scored by Hans Zimmer and had original music by Lady Gaga, and they both did a fantastic job of bringing the atmosphere and bringing the 80s feel, but having it updated to today's standards so it doesn't feel cheesy. And Hans Zimmer, is a legend when it comes to scoring movies, and he gave this movie a fantastic score that puts you right in the mood. It's not like in your face, it's very subtle, but it does a great job of making you feel the need for speed and the tense moments where they're flying these planes, doing these crazy tricks and going around these crazy corners and going into these dogfights. He scored it perfectly. And some of the music that they use for the more quieter moments, the more fun moments that are outside of the plane, Lady Gaga did a great job with that as well. I think the directing, the writing, the cinematography were all really well done, especially the cinematography. The look of the film is gorgeous. It feels like a modern 80s flick. I went to go see it in a old school theater where they actually gave me a movie ticket, which was crazy because I used to collect movie tickets all the time, and now everything is digital, and it just felt right. This felt like a movie they just don't make anymore. Very patriotic and very straight to the point, and just a great blockbuster. It's just plain and simple, no real agendas or anything like that. It's just telling this really direct story, and I really appreciated that because you really don't see these type of blockbusters anymore, and I think it's something that hopefully they can make more varied versions of something like this in the future. I really enjoyed a blockbuster that was just fun. And speaking about fun, the best part of this is that this movie was delayed profusely. I think it was supposed to come out 2, maybe 3 years ago, but Tom Cruise did not want to use CGI. He wanted everyone trained, he wanted to use actual fighter jets, and he wanted everything to be as practical as it could be. And you can see that there's some thrilling, surreal scenes in these fighter jets where you're like, they're really doing this. It's insane. I know it must have been so scary for all these actors to do it, but it was worth the wait. Just seeing the fighter jet scenes, just from the practicing up to the mission, is worth the price of the mission alone. All the drama and the comedy and the character moments and the tension between characters and the almost fights and the romance was done mostly really well, but the action is what is the real selling point in this movie. And like I said, Maverick is tasked with training these young recruits to go on this dangerous mission that is basically a suicide mission, because what they have to do has never been done before. And the way they build it up and keep talking about it, when you finally get to that day where they have to do the mission and they're in the moment of it, it feels so tense because they build it up in the right way, and the payoff was beautiful. This was some of the best blockbuster action I've seen in a long time, and I was blown away because of the practical effects and the actual fighter moments. They did not skimp on that at all. It was really, really good. I think this was a fantastically made movie. The only thing I say that was kind of off was the pacing. The movie felt longer than it actually was, and it wasn't filled with stuff that wasn't needed. It's just certain scenes felt like it was elongated and could have been cut down, could have just been a bit tighter, and then especially in the beginning of the movie and towards the end. There were certain scenes that felt a little jumbled or maybe cut down towards the end, and then certain scenes that felt a little like it was going on for a long time. But the middle part of this movie, toward the climax of the mission, nice and tight, real great to watch. But the beginning of the movie goes on for a little too long, and the ending of the movie just feels kind of choppy. But other than that, I think that there's no really other negatives I could say. Just that the movie could just have been a little tighter. If you want an old school action flick that has a lot of the old school elements to it, but just brought in a modern day with modern technology, practical effects and usage, and just something that's just fun and like a military mission, like stuff that we don't get anymore usually is a lot more lower budget, this is the movie for you. If you are a fan of the original Top Gun, I'm pretty sure that there's stuff in here that you're going to absolutely love. They pay homage to the old characters without disrespecting them, and also bringing these new characters, something that like a lot of franchises that's tried to do these soft reboots tried to do but fail. I think they did a great job here, and this was a great example how to do a sequel that honors the original, improve on it a lot, because from what I'm hearing from other people, this is like 1,000 times better than the original one. I'm gonna watch the old school one and see if that's true, and also bring in new people. So if they want to do a Top Gun 3, we have these new characters that we care about, and you didn't just push all the old characters to the side. So if you want something that has some really good heart, that's really fun, some thrilling action that's really well made and almost perfect on all fronts, I think that you should definitely check Top Gun Maverick out. And with that said, I'm going to give it a B+. Let me know in the comments below what you think about Top Gun Maverick. Do you like it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, like I said before, if you like reviews, reactions, or ranking lists. And you can watch more of my content right now.